In this course, I will take you step by step through the key features of Microsoft Word, explaining everything from the interface to much advanced features that you can use to create professional documents. Whether you are writing simple letters, creating reports, or working on complex projects, or even you are a college student, this course will help you understand Microsoft Word's tools, how to use them, and how they can make your work much easier. Regardless of what Microsoft Word version you are using, this course will be suitable for all versions starting from 2010, 2013, 2016, 2019 and above. So let's dive into it. So the first chapter will be Microsoft Word layout. Before we explain the specific features of Microsoft Word, let's familiarize ourselves with its interface. The very first thing you are going to see when you open a new document is the name of your document. This is found at the top of your screen. As you can see here, mine is written document 2. This is so because I have another document that I have opened. If the document is saved, you will see its name here. The second part of our Microsoft Word is the ribbon. The ribbon is found just below the title bar. As you can see here, this is the ribbon. And in the ribbon, there is a collection of multiple tabs. And in these tabs, each tab contains its own collection of commands, which are then called groups. And these groups are considered as the main control center in Word, because it's where you will access almost every tool you need when you are writing your document, your projects, letters, and everything. For example, the Home tab has groups like clipboard, font, paragraph, styles, editing, and in each group there is a collection of related commands which are put together to make it easier for you to find tools you need to work on a specific style that you need, or a specific effect that you want to apply to a specific paragraph or a specific word in the document. Some groups have more commands and they are not displayed here because the space here is too little. So on certain groups you will see an icon on the bottom right corner. This icon is called a launch button, and when you click the launch button, a dialog pops up which has more commands that are into that particular group, and you can see how each command works and how you can affect the word or paragraph that you have selected. And I'll show you how you can apply all these effects in your paragraphs or your words in the document when I have text on my document. As of now, as you can see, the document is blank, so I have no way to show you how this works. But when I get text on this document, I'll show you how you can apply them. And these are called tabs. They are the labels within the ribbon that will help you to navigate different groups of commands. Most common tabs include Home, Insert, Design, Layout, References, Mailings, Review, and View, and some others. On your top left here is called a toolbar. This will give you quick access to common actions like saving your document, undoing actions, redoing actions. Even better, it's customizable, which means you can add actions here, whatever preference that you use that will work for you. If you want to access a command more quickly, you can just customize this toolbar and it will be added on top here. At the top bottom of your window, you will find the zoom slider. This allows you to zoom in and zoom out of your document to adjust the view. If you want to zoom in, you can click the plus sign here. If you want to zoom out, you can click the minus sign. And it gives you the ability to adjust the wideness of your document by dragging this. You can drag this either to the left or to the right, however you choose. And if you want to scroll through the document, you can use the vertical scroll bar on the right side of the window, or the horizontal scroll bar to move across the document. Next with the zoom slider is the view layouts. This is how you choose to view your document at that particular time. The first view layout is called the print layout. This is the default view in Word, showing your document how it will appear when it's printed. It displays headers, footers, margins, and page breaks, shows text, images, and other elements exactly as they will look on paper. The second view is the web layout. This displays your document as it would appear in a web browser. And it removes the visible page breaks and margins. Content flows continuously without the boundaries. And this is good for documents that will be shared online or viewed on screens. Or you are writing a blog post, then this is good for that. And the last view is called the read mode. It's optimized for reading. This mode presents your document in a book-like format, minimizes editing tools and menus for distraction-free reading. The read mode reflows the text and adjusts the document size to enhance the readability, as you can see displayed here. With all explained in this chapter, now you understand the Microsoft Word's interface. Let's move to the next chapter. The second chapter will be selecting, copying, moving, and pasting text in Microsoft Word. One of the first things you will need to learn in Microsoft Word is how to select, move, copy, and paste text. These are very basic but yet essential skills. Let me put a few paragraphs on this document so that when I'm explaining and applying, you should get a better understanding. Now let me show you how you can create a new document in Microsoft Word. When you first open Microsoft Word, you will be greeted by this screen here. It shows you templates. All these templates are customizable. You can just click, edit a few details, and start working on the project that you want. And below here, there are previous documents that you have worked on, if you have any. But as you can see mine here, I have these documents that I have previously worked on. All documents that I have saved will be seen here. Let's say you want to work on a template, but you cannot find the template that you want amongst these templates. All you have to do is click more templates. Then here on the searching bar, you search for the specific template that you want online. Another feature that you need to notice in Microsoft Word's layout is the rulers. This will give you an idea of how physically wide your document will be when you print it. But in this course, we are focusing on creating a new document step by step. So all you have to do is click blank document. Now that I have put a few paragraphs on my document, let me show you how you can select text. To select text, all you need to do is click and drag your mouse over the text. Or you can hold down the shift key and use the arrow keys on your keyboard to highlight the text. If you want to select a single word on your document, all you have to do is double click on that word and it will be selected, as I have demonstrated here. Or if you want to select an entire paragraph, all you have to do is click 3 times on that paragraph and it will be selected, just as I have demonstrated here too. Let's say you want to select the whole document and paste it on another document. All you have to do is use your keyboard. If you're using Windows, you can hold Ctrl plus A. If you are using Mac, you can hold Command plus A. The whole document will be selected. And that takes us to how you can copy, cut, and paste text in your document. To copy the text in Microsoft Word, you can double click on that word and it will be highlighted. Then you see on the Home tab here, in the group of clipboard, there is cut, copy, and paste. You can click on copy, and the shortcut for that, if you are using Windows, is Ctrl C. If you are using Mac, is Command C. This leaves the text in its original location, but copies it to the clipboard. If you want to completely remove the text from its current position and place it on another position, you need to cut the text. To cut the text, you go through the same process of copying. All you need to do is double click the word, and when it is highlighted, you go to the Home tab. In the clipboard group, you click on cut, and the shortcut for that, if you are using Windows, is Ctrl X. If you're using Mac, is Command X. As you have seen here, the word has been completely removed. That means that the word has been copied to the clipboard. Now the final thing you have to do after you have copied or cut your text in your document is to paste it. To do this, all you have to do is place the cursor where you want the text to go and place Ctrl plus V if you're using Windows, or Command plus V if you're using Mac, and the copied or the cut text which was at the clipboard will appear at that location. And without using the enter button on your keyboard, you can also type anywhere you want on the document. All you need to do is double click on the place where you want to start typing, and when you see a cursor visible, you can start typing. Now, if you want to delete text on your document, all you have to do is put the cursor at the end of the word that you want to delete and place delete on your keyboard, or you can place backspace on your keyboard. And you can also highlight the text and place backspace. The word will be deleted as demonstrated here. Or if you want to delete the whole paragraph, you can just click 3 times, the whole paragraph will be highlighted, and place backspace, the whole paragraph will be deleted. Moving on, the next chapter of this course is going to be font group. In this chapter, you are going to learn how to change font size, font type, font color, and how you can apply text formatting such as bold, italics, underline, superscript, subscript, cases. And since this group has a launch button, it means there are more commands that we are going to learn. So to apply this, all you need to do is highlight the text that you want to affect, or let's say you want the whole document to have a specific font style. In this case, Times New Roman. All you need to do is click Ctrl+A if you are using Windows, or Command+A if you are using Mac, and the whole document will be selected. Then you choose the font that you want to apply, and the whole document changes as you can see here. Next in the font group is the font size. This controls how big or small your text physically appears when it's printed, and this is measured in points. As you can see here, you have 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 12 points is for standard text, and 72 points is for large headers. And the text in your document will change in size instantly. So you can adjust the size of your text by selecting your text and choosing the size from the drop-down menu here, or you can type a custom number here. Now let's talk about color. Color, in some certain projects, it adds vibrance and emotion to your text, but when it comes to formal, black is just always the color that you have to go for because it's formal. So to change the color of your text, all you have to do is highlight your text, click on the color icon here, and choose the color that you wish to apply to your text from this palette. Colors can convey modes, for example, red for urgency, blue for calm, and so many other colors. But it will do you good if you remember that if it's formal, it has to be black and white. That's it, as this document is looking. And the next font color is text highlight color. What this does is that it highlights the text that you want to bring most attention to. Let me show you how you do it. Let's say I want to drive more attention to this word or to this sentence. What I have to do is highlight the sentence, click the drop down menu of the text highlight color, and choose a color that I want to highlight the text with. When somebody is reading this document, it's going to focus more on this area because due to the highlight that we have made, we are driving more attention to this area. The next command in this group is bold. Bolding your text makes it to stand out by increasing its weight. You can use bold for headings, emphasis, or to highlight important details in your document. To apply this on your document, all you have to do is select the text, and you can use this icon here, or you can come up top here to this group and use this board, or you can use the shortcut keys on your keyboard. If you're using Windows, the shortcut key is Ctrl+B. If you're using Mac, it's Command+B. The next command is this one, which is called italics. What this does is to emphasize words indicating that they are titles. And when you apply this to your words or a sentence, what it does is that the word becomes slightly slant and it gives a stylistic flair. And to apply this is pretty much easy. All you have to do is use the same process that we've been using all throughout the course. First, you highlight your text and you click here on the symbol of italics, or you can come here and use this italics here. If you want to use keyboard shortcuts and you're on Windows, you can hold Control plus I. If you're using Mac, you can hold Command plus I. And the next to italics is the underline. An underline adds a line beneath your text for emphasis. Often this is used for links or to grab attention in the document. And we're going to be using this especially when you are writing subheadings in the document. Then you will want to underline that sentence. Show that you've separated 2 points and you have started explaining another topic. How you can do this? Pretty much easy. You use the same process that we've been using. You highlight your text, this dialog pops up, you click the underline from here, or if you don't want to use this underline, you can just use this one. Has the same effect. The next to underline command is the strike through. This is the effect which draws a line through your text. Maybe you want to indicate that something is removed or is no longer relevant, then you are going to use the strike through command. How to apply it? You use the same process. You highlight your text and you click from the dialog that pops up, or you choose from here. The next to strike through, we have subscript and superscript. These two work almost in the same way, just that the other one puts characters down the letter or beneath the letter, and the other one puts characters above the letter. So how this works is that don't need to highlight anything in this case. All you have to do is put the cursor at the end of the word that you want to apply this effect on and click on either of these two. If you want to, let's say you want to write a date and that date is 6th January 2025. You write 6 and then you click on this symbol, which is a superscript in this case, and then you write your th, which is 6th, and you will see here it writes those characters on top of the 6 as demonstrated here. The same process goes with the other command. Let's say you are writing a mathematics examination script and there is a sum which has characters that are bases. So how do you write that base? All you have to do is write a number, and let's say that number is 10 and you want to put a base of 2. So all you have to do is write 10 and then you click on this base, no, not the base, on this subscript, this symbol. After it's been turned on, then you can write your base 2 here. As you can see, it has been written beneath our 10. Simple as that. And that's how you apply these script commands in Microsoft Word. At the beginning of this course, I did mention about this icon here on the bottom right. It's called the launch button. This is where you will find more commands of that particular group, because the space here is so small that you cannot afford to contain all the commands that are found in that group. On this dialog, you have the ability to customize everything. You can even set your customizations as default settings when you are working with Microsoft Word. All you have to do is highlight the text, then apply the effect from this dialog, and you choose as default here, and you set as default here. After you do that, you click OK, then it will be applied. Now moving on to the next chapter of our course is the paragraph group. Almost all commands in this group are used for alignment of your word, your sentences, your group, your tables, and everything that's within your document. So let's start with alignment, which controls how your text is positioned within the document. You have 4 main options when it comes to alignment. As you can see, these ones. Currently we are at this alignment type of style, which is called align left. And if you are using Windows, to apply this on your keyboard shortcuts, you can just hold Ctrl plus L. If you're using Mac, then it's Command plus L. What the left align does is commonly used for body text and makes the document easier to read. And it sets your text to the left. It starts from the left. It doesn't really give that professional and formal way of creating a document, but rather something which is written that is later to be read. Maybe when you are in a classroom and you are taking down notes, then this one is going to be ideal for that, because it's easier to read when your document is set to align left. Next to it, we have this one. It's called center. It centers your content on the page. The center alignment gives a document a formal appearance and is often used for cover pages, quotes, and sometimes headings. Most of the times you're going to be using this one when you are creating a heading for your page. And next to center, we have align right. The first one was align left, and this one is align right. So what this does is that it takes your content and push it to the right margin of your document. The right alignment is used for small sections of content such as text in headers or footers. That's the main purpose of the right align as to me. And the keyboard shortcut for this is Ctrl+J if you're using Windows, or you can hold Command+J if you're using Mac, because most of the times that's what I use it for. And the last type of alignment is the justify alignment. You're going to be using this one in almost every project that you are writing in Microsoft Word, whether it's an assignment, proposals, and what have you. So what this does is that it distributes your text evenly between the margins. Justified text is going to give your document clean and crisp edges so that it looks more polished. Enough with the explanations. Let me show you how you can easily apply this to your document. I have my text here. So the first thing that you have to do if you want to apply the alignment effect to your document, you have to highlight or select the whole document. If you are using Windows, it's Ctrl+A. If you're using Mac, it's Command+A. So I'll select the whole document. You see the text on this side. This shows that the alignment is on the left side. It's aligned to the left. And if I want it to be aligned to the right, all I have to do is come here and click the light alignment. You see? Now it's right aligned. And if I want it to be justified, of which most of the documents that you're going to be working on are going to be put in this position of being justified. Now the text is formal, as you can see demonstrated here. The whole document is justified now. Now it's looking clean, it's looking formal, and it's looking beautiful. And this is how it's going to physically look when you print it. Let's say I want to make the first few words of this paragraph my title, and all I have to do is put the cursor at where I want my heading to end. So after putting the cursor and I'll click enter on my keyboard, it will separate these two, creating another paragraph. So this sentence, all I have to do to make it a heading is highlight and come here on the alignment and put the alignment on center like this. Now that the sentence has been positioned at the center, it shows that this sentence is the title of this document. And if I want to add more details, all I can do is just add bold or highlight the whole text. Next to the alignment styles here, we have this command which is responsible for line and paragraph spacing. You are going to be using this frequently when you want to provide some space within the paragraphs, and when you also want to provide some space between paragraphs. You're going to find this very useful and very essential, as you notice that it improves the readability of your document. To apply this to your document, you are going to use the same process that we have been using. You select the whole document by holding Ctrl+A or Command+A. Then you click on the drop down menu on the line spacing button and you choose the option that you prefer. As you can see here, we have 1.0 for single spacing, 2.0 for double spacing. You can even customize it for precise control. All you have to do is find the best space that you need and you prefer. But in standard form or in standard writing of documents in Microsoft Word, the preferred space that almost everyone uses, and it improves the readability, the presentation, and the cleanliness of your document, is the 1.5 spacing. Some of these spacing options are increasing the space between text, and some of these spacing options are decreasing the space between text, as you can see demonstrated here. This spacing is considered as standard when it comes to writing documents in Microsoft Word. You also have other line spacing options which are not displayed here because this dialog had small space to display all the options. So all you have to do, if you want to customize it further, click the line spacing options here and the dialog will pop up with more extra customization options. And as you can see, our dialog has more options that we can customize our document with. We have alignment, we have outline. This alignment is simply these ones. You have indentation. So indentation is the command which sets where your next sentence is going to start from, and this box here is going to show us what we are going to, how the document is going to be affected whenever we make any changes here. So let me just do some indentation edits and you should observe what changes here. So this cursor is here, this is my sentence, and here is the cursor. Let me increase the indentation so that you should know what I'm talking about. You see, it's increasing, and you can see here on our preview box it's changing. This is going to take effect on the actual page when we click OK. You can also set these customizations that we have just made as your default, so that whenever you want to make or have the same effect in your document, you won't have to come and customize again. It will just be applied by default because you have customized and set it as default here. Here on the spacing, you can customize your space before the next paragraph, and you can also customize the space after the paragraph. All you have to do, if you want to apply the space before the next paragraph, all you need to do is just click this arrow which shows up, going up, and as you can see on our preview box, the spacing has increased before the next paragraph, which is this one. And if you want to increase the space after this paragraph, all you have to do is come here on the after option and you increase the spacing, and it will go down, providing more space after this paragraph here. You can also choose your spacing from this dialog here. All you have to do is click this drop down menu and you choose to be multiple, or if you want it to be double, or if you want it to be single, maybe you want it to be 1.5 lines. As you can see on our preview dialog here, everything was changing, and once you are satisfied with the options, then you can click OK to save the changes and be applied to your document. And you can also customize the line and page breaks on this other window here. As you can see, we have so many options that we can choose from. Some of these options, when you apply them in this dialog, they are not showing in our preview. That's because we have to do certain things for them to be applied, or some options show effect when you click OK and you view the actual document. So this was all about this. This was all about line and paragraph spacing. Now let's move to the next command, which is shading. So its main purpose is changing the color behind the selected words, selected paragraphs, sentences, or tables in your document. You are going to be using this especially when you want the information to jump off the page. To apply this, all you need to do is put the cursor at the sentence where you want the effect to happen. As I have done here, I've put my cursor here. I want this sentence to have the effect. So all you have to do is click the drop down menu, and you have a dialog of different colors, many colors, and you choose the color that you want for the effect. All you have to do is just hover over the color that you want, and it will change instantly. As you can see here on my document, my colors are changing, so I can choose any color that I want. Let me choose this color, and every sentence that is a continuation of this sentence that's in color is going to take the same effect of the color. Unless I remove my cursor from this sentence and put it somewhere new. Otherwise, if I continue writing this sentence and keep on clicking enter on my keyboard, this effect will affect all the sentences that comes next, because it's within, or it's a continuation of the sentence which I applied the effect on. Now moving to the next command, borders. This simply frame your text, add some emphasis, and they also apply some aesthetic to your document. And if you just click on this symbol here, as you can see, it adds a single line under the sentence that you have put the cursor on. But if you click the drop down menu, you find so many options that you can choose from. As you can see here, you have bottom border, top border, left border, right border, no border, or borders. That means your text is going to be in more like a box. You have outside borders, inside borders, and so many other types of borders. You can even draw your own line by using this option here, draw table, and it pops up some box for you to customize. The last option here, borders and shading. This provides you more options of customizing your borders and your document. As you can see here, it has popped so many options that we can apply to our document. The shading adds a background color behind your paragraph, similar to highlighting but for the whole block. And as I've already said, borders frame your text, adding emphasis, providing some aesthetic and coolness of a document. Last option, which is borders and shading, it provides us with more customizing options. As you can see here, we have borders, page border, and shading. So the first one, which is borders, this one only affects the paragraph or the sentence that your cursor is, or maybe you have selected a paragraph, then this effect will apply to that specific paragraph. And you can choose the style of borders that you want here. If you want the dots, you can choose. You can even customize it by how many dots you want, or the size of the dots that you want, as you can see from this with drop down menu here. And you can be previewing all the effects that you are applying to that specific paragraph from this preview here. And on the bottom right corner, you will find this button which says option. Click on that button, and this dialog that pops up provides you more customizations of your paragraph. These customizations are going to affect the distance between your paragraph and the margin. So you have options from the bottom of your paragraph, from the top of your paragraph, left and right. After customizing, you click OK, then it will be applied to your paragraph in your document. Moving to the next commands in the paragraph group, we have bullets, numbering, multi-level numbering, and indentations. So bullets and numbering, you're going to be using them oftenly when you want to create a list in your document. You can use the bullets when the list you are creating doesn't really care about the order. If anything can be anywhere in the list of items that you are creating, then bullets is going to be ideal for that, because it doesn't just list your content, it also beautifies them. So you can see which sentence is long or which sentence is short, then you can choose a style to go with by using the bullets. And how you can apply this, it's easy. Just before when you start writing or creating your list, put the cursor where you want your list to start from, then you come to the bullets command and click the drop down menu, then you choose the type of bullet that you want your list to go with. You just choose once and when you finish writing the sentence, click enter. It will automatically bring the dot or the bullet that you have chosen in the bullets command. But if the list that you are creating on your paragraph is to be presented in steps or it has a sequence, then the option you can go for is the numbering command. This is good because it creates a sequence according to how your information is flowing. To apply this to your document, pretty much easy. You use the same process we used when creating bullets. All you have to do is put the cursor where you want your numbering to start from, and on the numbering command you click the drop down menu. You choose the style of numbering that you want. You have 1 2 3, you have ABC, you have Roman numerals. You choose the style and you start writing. When you are finished, you want to go to the next sentence, you click enter on your keyboard and the numbering will be applied automatically, and based on the information that you are creating that has a sequence or needs to be shown step by step, it will make much more sense. Next, to the numbering command, we have multiple level lists. So what this does is that it creates multiple levels to organize items or to create an outline of the information. But in my case, when I apply it, all it does is that it applies the numbering list. It doesn't outline the information or create multiple levels. It just applies the numbering list style. So I don't know if it's my version or what. I don't know. If you guys know what's the problem, make sure to drop your comment in the comment box. Next to the numbering commands, we have indentation. So what this does, it lets you adjust how far your text is from the margin. I'm going to be using this oftenly when you want to create some sort of hierarchy in your content. All you have to do to use it is put the cursor where you want to push the content close to the margin, and then you click this arrow which shows going to the right. If you want to move it back or inwards, you click this arrow that shows to the left. And the next command is a sorting command. It arranges the current selection in alphabetical or numerical order. You're going to find this more useful when you're trying to organize data, especially in tables. And this is the last command in the paragraph group. It shows and hides where your paragraph has ended, even if it's a sentence or a single word. Once you turn this on, it's going to show that this paragraph has ended here. As you can see here on my document, when I turn this on, it shows me where all my paragraphs have ended, even if it's a single sentence, even if it's a single word. Once I jump a line or once I click enter on my keyboard, it indicates that that paragraph has ended and I'm in the new paragraph. And that's all about the group of paragraph. Now let's move to another group, which is editing group. In this group, we have few commands which are select, replace, and find. So starting with the first two, which is the find tool, it allows you to locate specific words or phrases in your document. All you have to do is click the word find, not the drop down menu, no, but the word find. After clicking that, this dialog on your left, it will pop up showing your results page where those results are found and any headings if there are any. So what you're going to do here, you're going to put the word that you want to find, or maybe if it's a topic, you want to add some information under a certain topic, but because the document is very large, maybe like 500 pages, 600 pages, you cannot scroll through the whole document just to find certain topic and correct. All you have to do is put that topic on the searching bar and it will pop up the results here as I'm showing on my document. And I typed the word business on my searching bar and it has brought me 1 2 3 4 results. This sentence has the word business in it. It has short. This sentence has the word business in it. And when you hover over the statement, it shows you which page it has. The first sentence The word business is found on page 1. In the second sentence, the word business is also found on page 1. In the third sentence, page 1 too. In the fourth sentence, page 1 too. So I have my word in one page. Had it been that I have so many pages, I would have written this word so many times, and all pages would have shown here. If I hover over the statement, it would have shown me what page the other business words are found. And when you go to pages, you can see I only have one page. That's because my whole document only contains one page. And if you look closely, the word that I searched for is being highlighted in the document. So you can see it's been highlighted here, 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 and here. Now let me copy and paste my paragraphs so that I have multiple pages and demonstrate well what I'm saying. Now that I have copy and pasted my paragraphs, let me show you what I was saying. So you do the same thing. You click find and you type in the word. Here it is. You can see now I have 3 pages and all of them are being highlighted, as you can see here on my pages tab, on my pages heading. If you go to the results, you can see I have so many sentences where the word is found. So that's how you find words in Microsoft Word document. Now let's say you want to find the word and you want to replace it with another word. For example, maybe it's a name that has been misspelled and you want to correct the spelling. So instead of correcting word by word in a 100-page document, all you have to do is you click the drop-down menu on find and you go to advanced find. As you can see here, mine has already filled the word that I searched before, and the word is business. So I want to replace this word business with businesses. All I have to do is write my word here, but Microsoft has already written it for me. So I'll go to replace and I'll write the word I want to replace it with in here where it says replace with, and I'll write down my word, which is businesses. And if I want to replace this word only once, I'll just click replace and it will replace only the pages which are in the beginning of the document. For example, maybe the word is on page 1. When I click replace, this word business will be replaced with businesses only in page 1. If I want to replace this word with businesses in all pages, all I have to do is click replace all. And in all pages, the word business will be replaced with businesses. Because I've clicked replace all. So replace all, a dialog will pop up. You click yes, and it will show you all the replacements it has made, and you click OK. The next to my editing group, you see this other group, which is Adobe Acrobat. This group, you won't have it if you don't have Adobe Acrobat installed in your PC. It's a software which is used to convert Microsoft Word documents like this into PDFs. So if you haven't installed Adobe Acrobat yet, you won't see this group here. And that brings us to the end of this chapter. We have learned all the tools, all the skills, and how you can implement each and every command. Now moving to the next tab, which is Insert tab. And in this tab is where you will find various elements that you're going to add to your documents. You can add elements like images, tables, links, just to enhance the content of your pages or your documents. So let's get over each group and see how their commands work. So the first group in the Insert tab is called Pages, and it's the group which will give you the ability to add new pages to your documents. Pages like cover page, blank page, and page break. And the first type of page you can add to your document is called the cover page. It gives you the ability to quickly add a pre-designed cover page to your document, or some call it the face of your document. And all you can do to add this page to your document, you click the drop down menu and you will see various options of cover pages. You select the one you like and you customize it. In this case, let me choose this one. As you can see, it has been automatically added to my pages, the first page of my document, because it's the cover page or the face of my document. All I have to do to customize this is just click the text once and you can see it has been highlighted. Then I'll just type whatever thing that I want to add in this diagram. And when I'm done writing my text, I just have to click somewhere outside the box so that it gets saved. And I'll use the same process to customize the rest of the text that I want to customize on the document. And when I'm done, I'll just click anywhere in the document. As you can see, it gets saved automatically. The next command in the pages group is called blank page. What this does is pretty much easy as it sounds. It inserts a blank page at your current position. Let's say you're writing a document and you want a new paragraph or a new page in between page 2 and page 3. But instead of you pushing the whole content of page 3 to the next page so that the rest of the pages gets shifted to the end of your document, all you have to do is just click the blank page and it will insert a new blank page between page 2 and page 3. The next command is called page break. What this does is that it inserts a page break to start a new page at the cases position. In simple terms, let's say you have a document and that document has topics and each topic has to be on a separate page. And it happens that one topic has 3 paragraphs. It means the document or that page will have space which is not filled, and you cannot start another topic on that very same page. So all you have to do, usually you have to click enter so that you get to the next page to start a new topic. But in the case of page break, it allows us to go to the next page by clicking the page break. It disregards the whole space that's left on that page and takes you to the next page to start a new topic. And that was all about the pages group. Now moving to the next group, which is tables group. This is where you can insert and customize tables. You have options like table, where you insert a table by selecting the number of rows and columns. You can even use the quick tables. This is where you choose from a variety of pre-designed tables. You also have an option where you can customize the table by specifying the number of rows and columns. And the most exciting thing, you can even draw your own custom table structures. And when you have information which is to be organized within your document in the form of listing, or it has been categorized into specific topics or headings, tables are going to be more efficient to organize that information within your document. So for you to insert these tables, all you have to do is put the cursor where you want your tables to start from. Or if you already have information on your document that needs to be in a table and it has been spaced and listed appropriately, all you have to do is just highlight and then you click and you go to this option which says set tables. Then your information will be displayed in a table. Let's say you want to insert your content in your tables manually, and for that reason you have to customize the number of rows and the number of columns to satisfy the amount of information that you have. All you need to do is click the drop down menu on the tables and you will see different options that are there for inserting tables. You have insert table, you have draw table, you have quick tables, all you need to do is choose the one that best fits your needs. On top here we have these boxes. These represent our table numbers. If I want to have a table which has 5 columns, all I have to do is hover on 5 boxes from left to right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means I have 5 columns. And if I want to have 8 rows, that means I will need to hover upon 8 rows or 8 boxes, just like this, and my table has been created, as you can see on my preview page here. These columns are 10 in number and these rows are 8 in number, making it 80 box fields. What if your content needs more than 10 columns? Let's say you need 15 columns and you need 20 rows. All you have to do is come here on the Insert tab and you see this little dialog pop up, which is providing you an option of customizing the number of columns and an option of customizing the number of rows. All you need to do is insert the number of columns and the number of rows that you need. In this case, we are going to put 15 columns and 20 rows, and then you press OK. You can see now we have a larger table which is containing 15 columns and 20 rows. You can even customize further the individual boxes by hovering on the box that you want to increase the space, and when it shows a close whenever you have hovered on the box's line, all you have to do is just click and drag and that box will be adjusted. So you might have noticed that when I created this table using the custom number of rows and the custom number of columns, 2 tabs appeared here, which is table design and table layout. These are only going to be visible when you create this custom table. So the table design tab has 3 groups, which is table style option, table styles, and borders. And the borders group has a button launcher telling us that there are more options we can customize further our box or our table. So the first group, which is table styles option, is the same as, it's almost the same as table styles, just that on the table styles it's the style itself, and these table style options, they are kind of like effects that I want to apply to the style of table that I want to choose from the table styles. I don't know if that makes sense, but when let's say if I want to apply an effect to the formatting of the last row, all I have to do is just click or tick on this box here which says total row. Then the whole row of my table will be affected when I choose this type of style. As you can see here, when I click the total row, I'm having a preview of the effect on the table style. And let me apply it so that you can see. See, now I'm having a single border on the first row of my table. Let me also take the last column so that you can see the effect in real time. See, now I'm only having my table with borders without the cells or little boxes where I can put my content in. You can choose whatever table formatting style you want to apply to your pages from these pre-designed table styles here. And you have this little drop down icon here. It's showing you that you have so many pre-designed table styles you can choose from. Each style uses a unique combination of borders and shading to change the appearance of your table. Just hover over a style in the gallery to preview it on your document, and if it satisfies you, then you just click on it, it will get selected and it will be available on your page, and you can put whatever content that you want to put in. As you can see on my preview here, the table styles are just so many. You even have extra options where you can further customize your table styles here. If you feel like you are not satisfied with the pre-designed table styles here, you can add extra customization to the table styles so that it best fits your requirements. So to do that, just click modify table style, and this dialog will pop up with options to customize different styles or different formatting, starting from the type of font size, border color. You can name your table because this is a custom table that you are creating, so you can save it as a template or it gets saved as a template. And down here you have these two options, where this first option is telling you can apply these whole customizations to only this document, and this other option is telling you that you can apply this customized table to all templates that you are, or to all documents that you are going to be using this template. So to choose these options, you just click on this little circle and it gets selected. You even have this format option. It's telling you that you can apply more customizations to your table, and when you click it, you will see a list of options where you can apply your customizations. All you need to do is choose the option where you want to apply the customization, and it will pop up a dialog where you can customize the options there or the formatting. Let's choose table properties, and you can see it has given me areas where I can customize. There is table, there is row, column, cell. Cell is the boxes where you put your content in, and there is alt text or alternative text. On the row, I just choose the alignment, text wrap. If I want it to be wrapped around, then I'll choose around. If I want none, then I'll choose none. However, it's set at none, and that's by default, so it's best to leave it like that. And on alignment, this is the formatting of your text in your cells or in your table. If you want your text to be moving from left to right, then you choose left, and that's by default, it's set at left. You can choose center, you can choose right. You even have this indentation formatting here. You choose how far it is from your cell's borders from the left, but these options are best to be left like this. Makes your document tables to look clean and professional. You have other options like row, column, cell, ordinate text. All these options you can apply their own custom formatting customizations, and when you are done, you click the OK button here to apply your formatting, and click OK again to apply to the document. Or if you are not done with the customizations, you can choose other areas to customize like font, paragraph, text effect. Let's go to font. You can see it has given me so many areas or so many different types of formatting that I can apply to my text or to my font. And when I'm done applying the customizations, I just click OK, and when I'm done, I'll click OK again, and the formatting effect will be applied to my table. Still on the table styles, you have this other command, which is shading. This means that you apply color to the background of your table or to your table cells. You can specify the color or the cell you want to apply the specific color to, or you can choose the whole table by highlighting it to apply specific colors, just like I'm demonstrating on my table here. And the last group in the table design is called borders. It's pretty much the very same borders we did in the home tab, so we do not need to waste our time here. We already got this covered. All these effects, even those that are found in the button launcher, here. So the next tab that popped up when we created our table is this one called table layout. It also has different groups, which are table, draw, rows and columns, merge, cell size, alignment, and data. So the first command in the first group, which is select, it does what it pretty much says. It selects the current cell, row, column, or the entire table. And to do this is pretty much easy. You put the cursor where you want the effect to take place, and you choose the type of select you want to apply. So let's choose select cell. You can see I put my cursor in this cell and it has highlighted this cell, showing that it has been selected. To select a column is pretty much the same. I just put the cursor in a cell where it belongs to a column which I want to select, and I click select. As you can see, it has selected the entire column of my table. With rows, it's also the same. I just put the cursor in a cell that belongs to a row that I want to select, and I click select row. As you can see, the entire row has been selected. Pretty much the same process with selecting the entire table. However, when you are selecting the entire table, you can put your cursor in any cell. It will select the entire table because all the cells belong to one table. You also have these other commands, which are view grid lines and properties. View grid lines, it shows or hides the grid lines in the table, and on properties, what it does is that it shows the table properties dialog box for you to change advanced properties such as indentation, alignment, and text wrapping options. We did say this in the table design. Let me just click it for you to see it and remember it. There you go. This is the table properties. We did explain this in the table design tab. The next group is draw. So this group has two commands, which are draw table and ls. Draw table, it gives me the ability to design my own table by drawing the cell, the row, the column borders myself. I can even draw diagonal lines, and I can even create cells within cells because I am customly creating those cells or those tables. All I need to do is just click on the draw table and create my own table design where I want it to be, as you can see on my document here. The other command in the draw group is elser. It removes the specific borders in a table to create merged cells. A merged cell is a cell which is created when you have combined multiple cells and it has turned into one, or you have deleted the borders of several cells and you create one big cell. It's called a merged cell. So to remove the borders, all you need to do is just click the elser command, and you will have this icon here as your cursor or your mouse, and you click the borders you want to erase, and they will be instantly erased. And when all the borders you select have been deleted, you're going to remain with one big cell, and this cell is called a merged cell. We'll get into merged cells in a few seconds. The next group is called rows and columns. This group is all about inserting rows and columns, whether above and below or left or right. And it also has a launch button for more options on inserting our rows and columns in our table. You are going to be inserting your rows and columns using these 4 types of inserting rows and columns based on how you want your information to be displayed in your table. Let's say you have 3 rows with content and you want to make the 3rd row as a 4th one, and you want to add another row which will be the 3rd row above the 4th row. So instead of you deleting all the content in the 3rd row, which will be the 4th row now, all you need to do is put the cursor in the 3rd row and you go to the rows and column group and you choose this insert above. It will insert a new blank row which will be the third row, and you can put your content in there now, making it easier for you to add new rows that you completely missed. And if you want to add a new column or a new row below the third column, the concept is pretty much the same, just that you're going to use the second option, which is insert below, and it will insert a column, a row below the third row, as you can see on my document here. And the remaining options, which are insert left and insert right, are used to insert columns in your table. The first two, which are insert above and insert below, are used to insert rows. And to use the insert left and right columns, the process is also the same. You just put the cursor in a cell, and if you want to add a column to the left, you click insert left. If you want to add a column to the right, you click insert right. And on the bottom right corner of the group, you have this button launcher. It will give you options which will be affecting cells only, and it has options like shift cells right, shift cells down, insert entire row, and insert entire column. All you need to do is put the cursor where you want the effect to happen, and you choose the cell option or the cell effect, and you click OK, and the cell will be affected, meeting your needs. Now the next group is called merge. This one has 3 commands, which are merge cells, split cells, and split table, and it has no button launcher, which tells us that these are the all options I can use as long as merge is involved. So the first command, which is merge cells, it combines the selected cells into one cell. It deletes the borders of all the single cells that you have selected and make it one big cell. All you have to do is highlight the cells you want to merge and click merge cells. As you can see now, all the borders that were in this big cell have been deleted. I'm remaining with one huge cell, and this cell is called a merged cell. The next command is split cells, and it does what it says. It splits the current cell into multiple cells. So I'm going to use the cell that I have just merged. Since my cursor is already inside the merge cell, all I have to do is click the split cells option, and this dialog will pop up. Now here is where I will provide the number of columns and the number of rows that I want my merged cell to be splitted into. And when I am finished, I just click OK. Let me put 8 as the number of columns and 5 as the number of rows. As you can see now, my merged cell has been splitted into 8 columns and 5 rows here, as you can see on my document. Now moving to the next and the last command in the merge group, which is split table. It also does what it pretty much says. It splits the table into 2 tables, making the current row to become the first row of the new table. And to do this is also pretty much easy. You just put the cursor in a cell where you want each row to be splitted, and you hit split table, and the table gets split into 2, as you can see demonstrated on my document here. The next group in the table layout is called cell size. So this group allows you to customize individual cells. You can choose to customize the height. You can also choose to customize the width. You also have this command, which is autofit. It automatically resizes the columns in your table. You can set your columns to be the very same width as your content, making the cell to expand in width when you increase the text in your cells. And you have 3 different options, which are or fit contents, or fit window, and fixed column width. You're going to be using most of these commands when you start using Microsoft Word for your different projects. And as you have noticed, you also have a button launcher on the bottom right corner here. When you click it, it gives you the very same properties we have been explaining all throughout the video when it comes to tables, allowing you to customize table, row, column, cell, and text. The next group is alignment. It's pretty much the very same alignment we explained in the table properties dialog, and we also explained it in home tab, so we don't need to repeat this. Next group is called data. It has 4 commands which are sort, repeat header rows, convert to text, and formula. So what sort does, it arranges the current selection in alphabetical or numerical order. This is especially useful if you are trying to organize data in your tables. Some of this is going to make more sense when you have your own tables and data in the cells. You also have this command which is convert to text, and it does what it's called. It converts the table into regular text. Simple. And if you have text which has been formatted in a form of a table, you can also convert it into a table without having troubles of inserting tables manually. And you also have this command which is formula. It allows you to add formulas to your cells to perform simple calculations in your tables. I will explain more on how you can use formulas to create mathematical solutions in your tables in the next course that we are going to upload. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, because we have prepared for you a whole bunch of courses that are going to help you to become experts in your various fields, or help you enter an entirely new field. I'm talking about graphic designing, email marketing, digital marketing, e-commerce, programming, web development, mobile app development, UX, UI designing. In simple terms, you are going to become experts, and we are going to learn how to make money online. So make sure you hit the subscribe button. Now moving to the next group, which is illustrations group. This section allows you to add visual elements to your document, which makes it more engaging and visually appealing. So the first option is this one, which is pictures option. It allows you to insert images that are stored on your PC. You can choose from your files. You can also search for online pictures directly from Word. And once the image is inserted on my document, as you can see, I have now this option where I can resize the image, I can crop the image, I can even format the image, all using these tools, which is the pictures tab. I can add so many styles to the picture. As you can see on my document, I have almost 5 groups on how I can edit this image. So the first group, which is adjust, I have these commands. The first one, which is corrections, I can choose whatever correction I want to add. I can even change the color of my image here. I also have these more options where I get more variations. I can set it to transparent color, and we also have this artistic effects command where I do apply some artistic effects on my image, as you can see on my document. It even gives me an option where I can do more customizations. All I have to do is just click, and as you can see on my document, this pen has popped up where it has so many options I can apply to my image. I have shadow, reflection, glow, and as you can see, when I click the drop this menu, I get provided with so many options where I can customize everything to be as I need. And when I'm done applying my effects to the image, I'll just click this icon, which is a close icon. I also have these 3 commands which are compress pictures, change picture, and reset picture. The first one allows me to compress the image so that I can reduce its size. If I want to, I can do that. I also have this change picture. I can do, if I want to change the image, I can just come here and choose from my device, or if it's an image from online, I can choose from online sources. And this reset image option allows me to take back all the effects that I applied on the image, making or remaining with the original image with no effects on it. The next group, which is picture styles, allows me to change the overall look of my image, and it has pre-designed styles, which makes it more easy for me to explore different looks. To see how the style is going to look, I will just hover over a style in the gallery to preview the image on my document, as you can see here. I also have these three options. The first one, which is picture border, it allows me to pick the color, width, and line style of the outline of my image, as you can see demonstrated on my image here. The second option or command, which is picture effects, it allows me to apply a visual effect to the picture, such as a shadow, a glow, a reflection, or a 3D rotation. As you can see on my document here, the effects being in effect. And the final option, which is picture layout, is going to allow me to convert the selected pictures. If I had multiple pictures here on my document, I would have converted those images into a smart art graphic to easily arrange, caption, and resize them. And we also have this group, which is arrange. It allows me to choose where my selected image is going to appear on the page. And we have so many options here on how we can arrange the image. You are going to experiment this in your own time. The last group, which is size, it has these options, which allows me to crop my image or change the height and width of my image. And that is all about the picture format tab. Now moving to the next command in the illustrations group, which is shape. Here you can add pre-designed shapes like rectangles, circles, arrows, and even flowchart elements. They are going to be very useful for your diagrams and presentations. All you need to do is simply select a shape, click to insert it, and then customize it by resizing, rotating, or you can even add text inside them. And if you notice, my tab has also changed to shape formatting tab. So in this tab you have up to 6 or 7 groups, which are insert shapes, shape styles, word art styles, text, arrange, and size. Most of these groups we already discussed them in the picture formatting tab. Since they are all imagery, they do have the same way of being formatted. As you can see on the shape styles, you do have shape fill, shape outline, and shape effects. You also found the same group in the pictures tab, in the picture format tab. You also have positioning, wrap text, sizing, and if you notice, when we selected the shape in our illustrations group, we created a quick shape axis group in the shape format tab, so that when we want to choose another shape other than this one, we can just come here and select, instead of us going back to the insert and choosing the shape command in the illustrations group, which is very nice because it saves you a lot of time of going back and forth when you want to use shapes. So let's go back to the illustrations group in the insert tab. Another thing you can insert in your document is icons. So you are going to insert icons in your document by searching for an icon online, or you can select an icon from your computer by selecting work offline. Then it will take you to your computer where you get to choose the icon and you insert it on your document. Another thing you can insert in your document is a 3D model. If you already have a 3D model, you can just choose this option, which is this device. It will take you to your computer and select the 3D model that you want to insert in your document. And if you do not have a 3D model, you can choose from stocks online, or you can just download them from Sketchfab and you insert it on your document and you continue writing your document. Another interesting thing you can insert in your document is a smart art, and this is a visually graphic communicating information system which allows you to display listings in different styles that are more engaging to the reader of your document, especially when you have a document that has so many listings. Then a smart art in place, it will be nice. All you have to do is just click smart art and this dialog will pop up where you get to choose the type of listing that you want. And the types of listing have also been categorized, as you can see here. You have lists, you have process, you have cycle, hierarchy, relationship. These listings are made in a way that they explain the content in the diagrams but visually, which is very nice and easy to understand for the one who is reading your document. All you have to do is just click the type of listing from this middle box here, and as you can see, it's also giving me a preview on the side right here. And when you are satisfied with the type of listing, you click OK and it will be inserted. The list you selected will be inserted in these diagrams or smart art graphics. And when you select a smart art, it also gives you its own tab, as you can see on my document. And you're going to experiment with most of these in your own time. You can also insert charts on your document. Just click chart and the dialog of types of charts will pop up. You have column, line, pie, bar, area. You do also have templates. If you made templates of charts, you can find them here. But if you don't, as you can see on my screen, I don't have any templates, so it's showing no templates. And when you find your suitable chart, you just click OK. You can also insert screenshots. Just click and you will find a folder of screenshots from your PC. The next important group that we are going to look at in this tab is the header and footer group. So the first command in this group, which is header, it is going to help you to repeat content at the top of every page with just one click. You're going to find this very useful when you want to showcase information like titles, author of the document, and page numbers. All you gotta do is just click the drop down menu on header and you choose the style of header that you want, as you can see on my document here. You can even get more headers from office.com, that's online. You can also edit header here. And the next command, which is footer, is going to help you to repeat content at the bottom of every page. And you're going to find this very useful when you want to showcase information like titles, author, and page numbers, just as in headers. Just that footer, they are found at the bottom of the page, while the headers, they are found at the top of the page. To insert footer, the process is also the same. You click the drop down menu on the footer and you choose the style of the footer that you want. You can also edit the footer from here. And the last command in this group, which is page number, is going to help you to number the pages of your document. You can choose from a variety of predefined looks or select your own format of numbering. All you have to do is just to select from the pre-designed styles of page numbering here. You can choose the numbering to be at the top of the page or at the bottom of the page or in the page margins or in the current position where your cursor is at. The next group, which is text. In this group you're going to find commands which affect the text styling. You have text box where you can insert text if you want to use any of these styles. As you can see, document. You can also add quick parts. You can also add word art, these ones, to your documents. You can even add date and time, signature line, objects. Most of these you're going to experiment them when you start using Microsoft Word. And not forgetting this group, which is symbols, which has two commands, which are equation and symbol. On equation, you can add common mathematical equations to your document, such as the area of circle or the quadratic formulas. You can even make your own equations using the library of math symbols and structures that's found in this command. Just click the drop down menu on the equation and you can choose from any of these if what you want is amongst these ones, and you can get more equations from this option. As you can see on my document, it has popped up some more already made equations. I can also insert new equations. As you can see on my tab, now I have this equation tab. I can make my own equation from here now, and when I'm done I'll just go back and it will be saved. And the last command, which is symbol. So this is where you can add symbols that are not found on your keyboard, because some keyboards do not have certain symbols. You can choose from a variety of options, including mathematical, currency, and copyright symbols. As you can see on my document here, I can even get more symbols, and I just choose from whatever symbol that I want here and click insert, and it will be inserted on my document. The next tab is the design tab, which has two groups only. The first group, which is document formatting, it has various commands. As you can see here, these commands we have already explained in the home tab. They are just the same commands: color of your fonts, styles, paragraphing space, and effects. But our main focus is on page background. The first command, which is watermark. I believe everybody knows what a watermark is. It comes in handy whenever you want to put a message within the whole document, such as this book is not for sale, it's confidential, do not copy, draft, sample, as you can see on these pre-designed pages here. So all you need to do is just click to insert your preferred watermark. And if you want to write a custom watermark, you just come here and click custom watermark. Then this dialog will pop up for me to customize my watermark. But as you have seen here, I cannot customize the watermark because the option is ticked on no watermark. So all I have to do is put it on text watermark, and everything here will be editable, as you can see on my document. So I have options like text, language, font, size. I just put whatever I want and then click apply, then OK. Then it gets applied. I can also even choose its layout. If I want it diagonal or horizontal, I can just click it here, then click OK, then apply. Then it will be applied, as you've seen on my document. The next command in the page background, which is color. You can just click the drop down menu to choose a color that you want the whole document to be using. You just choose any color of your choice and it will apply to all pages in your document. You also have borders. We already explained this in the home tab. The next tab, which is the layout tab, it gives us the options to customize the appearance and spacing of our document or paragraphs in the pages of our document. And it has three groups, which is page setup, paragraph, and arrange. These two groups we already did in previous tabs like home tab and insert tab, especially this paragraph group. We have done this pretty much over 5 times. We also did arrange paragraph, the arrange group in the table properties, if you remember, which means the group that we have to focus more on is this page setup. The first command being margins, it allows us to set the sizes of the entire document or only the current section. What this means is that it widens or narrows the size of the paragraphs in our document, and you have presets of designs, so all you have to do is click the drop down menu and you choose the size that you want. You can even customize the margin sizes here. The next command is orientation. This simply means the appearance of your page, and when it gets printed, it's going to look the way you set your orientation here. So to change the orientation, you click the drop down menu and you choose the type of orientation that you want. By default, we have the portrait orientation, which is more preferable when it comes to professional communication or any documentations. And the other one is landscape. You can see how the appearance of my document looks now, and it's going to look the very same way when it gets printed. The next command is size. This is the size of our document. By default, we are writing our documents in a letter size document, which is 8.5 inches by 11 inches. And if you want to choose other type of letters, you can choose, or other sizes, you can choose from the list here depending on the needs of your document. The next command in the page setup is columns. It allows you to split the text in your document into 2 or more columns. You can also choose the width and spacing of your columns, or you can use one of the preset formats. Just click the drop down menu and you choose from one of these. You can even customize the number of columns and the spacing here when you click more columns. And after you are done customizing the spacing and the width and the number of columns, you click OK, and it will be applied to your paragraph or to the whole document. Next, we have these 3 commands, which are breaks, line numbers, and hyphenation. And the breaks command we already did in the insert tab, if you remember. Let's move to the line numbers. So what this does, it helps you to reference specific lines in your document quickly and easily using the line numbers in the margins. What I'm trying to say is that if you have a document with 5,000 sentences and you are supposed to number each and every sentence, instead of you writing from 1 to 5,000 on every sentence that you are writing next, you can just come on the line numbers and you click, let's say, continuous. It will automatically generate numbers from 1 to 5,000, saving you a significant amount of time of writing numbers whenever you are starting a new sentence. Now moving to the next tab, which is references. It also has so many important groups in its tab, which are table of contents, footnotes, research, citations and bibliography, captions, index, and table of authorities. So the first group, which is table of contents, it does pretty much what it says, and it will come in handy when you want to write your own article or you want to write your own book and you want to provide table of contents at the beginning of your document so that people can know what they are going to learn in that book. So all you need to do is click the drop down menu and you will see already made presets for you to choose, and you choose the style of table of content that you like, and then you can customize this table of content with your own text. After you are done, you click update and OK. then the table of content will be updated to your own text, or you can click the update button from the group here. It will still update. Going to the next group, which is footnotes. So what the footnotes group and its command does is that it allows you to add a note at the bottom of the page, providing more information about something you want to describe further in your document. And the first command, which is insert footnote, you are going to set the footnote at the end of your current page, as you can see on my document here. And this other command, which is insert endnote, is going to allow you to add a note like a comment or citation, providing more information about something in your document, but at the end of your document. The first one, which was insert footnote, you are going to insert the note at the end of your current page, and this command, which is insert endnote, you're going to set the note at the end of your, and on insert endnote, you are going to insert the note at the end of your document. As you have noticed, at the end of our bottom corner here in the footnote group, we have this button launcher indicating that we can customize our footnote and endnote where we want it to be, and how we want it to be. Here is a dialog of footnote and endnote. After customizing everything, you just click apply, and it will be inserted as you wish, as you customized. The next group is citations and bibliography. If you are a college student or you are somebody who writes books, you are going to spend much time here, because when you are writing a book or you are writing an assignment as a college student, there is a chance that you have sourced your information from somebody else. So for the reason of not being into the consequences of plagiarism, you have to provide in-text citations and references at the end of your document to acknowledge the work of those authors. So the first command in citations and bibliography is insert citations. What this means is that you are giving credit to the source of your information, and you do this by providing name of the author, name of the book, the year it was published, and some other information. And to do this, all you have to do is click the drop down menu and add new source. Then this dialog will pop up. If the source of your information is a book, you leave it like this. By default it's set to book, but if it's a journal, then you place journal. If it's a case, you put a case. If it's a website, you put a website. After putting the source type of the information, you put the name of the author here. You put the title of the book, the year it was published, the city it was published in, and the name of the publisher. After you are done, you click OK. That means you have inserted a citation. You have prevented plagiarism as a college student. You have this command here, which is manage sources. This is where you organize the sources you have cited in your documents. All the documents that you have written using Microsoft Word, you are going to see them under manage sources. And it's also where you can edit and remove the sources you have ever cited in your documents. You can even also preview how your citations will appear in your document under manage sources. So let's click manage sources. So here we are on my source manager. You can see this is the list of my citations that I have used. You can see all the assignments, all the documents that I've written. Here are the citations, all of them. And I have this searching bar here. If I want to see a specific citation, I can just type in my citation here and it will show me. If I want to edit it, I can edit it. Let me do it. Let me search for Solomon versus Solomon. It was a case which happened in 1897. I cited it when I was writing my company law assignment when I was in third year. As you can see, it has showed up here, and I can copy it to the current list of my citations if I'm writing a new document or an assignment. I can delete it, I can even edit it. After I make my edits, I just click OK and it will update. As you can see on the type of source here, the first one was book, but when it is about Solomon versus Solomon, it is a case, as I said before. And the last command in this group, which is bibliography, it is simply a list of all the sources of your information you used when you were creating the text. You remember you were setting full details of sources of information that you were using, books, cases, and journals. That information was being kept somewhere as a list. And when you are done writing your text, you just come here at bibliography and you choose bibliography or references, and it will be automatically generated at the end of your text. There will be a full list of sources of information with all the details of those sources, and this will save your life in college, because if you try to do this manually, it takes more time and effort. The next group, which is captions, it simply means inserting captions. As it says, you are going to be inserting captions if you want to add any, of which I doubt if you are only to be using this for academic purposes only, such as writing assignments. Unless you want to add figures, then if you find this appropriate, you can use it. You just do what I did and customize everything. If you have to, then click OK. And you're going to be experimenting with all these other commands when you start working with this software. And believe me, you're not going to be using each and every command. Some of these are just for the knowledge sake, which is good, because and it might come in handy when you want to write certain text box. The next group, which is indentation, we also discussed this in the insert, if not the home tab, so we got this covered. The next group, which is table of authorities, you are going to be using this when you want to add a list of cases, statutes, and other authorities cited in your document. And that brings us to the end of the references tab. Now we move to mailings. You're going to be using this tab whenever you want to create an email or a letter that you want to send to so many people. It will give you options where you can insert names, first name, last name, addresses, zip codes, and some other fields. This tab has 5 groups, but our main focus is going to be in this group, this start mirror image group. So in this case, I'm going to show you how you can write and send a letter to more than 50 people, 100 people, even 1,000 people all at once. So all we have to do is click start mirror image and click letters, and by that we have started the process of creating the letters. And what you want to do next is click select recipients, and this command gives us 2 options. We can choose a list of people we would like to send the document to, or we can type a new list, or we can even use an existing one. And in this case, we are going to use an existing list of employees who are going to be the recipients of this letter. All I have to do is click use an existing list, and this dialog will pop up. It will take me to my PC. Most of the times the existing list will be an Excel spreadsheet document where we are going just to merge it. So here I have to find where my list is. I put mine in downloads. Here it is. All I need to do here is just click and click open. You can see this dialog has popped up with my spreadsheet in it. And in our case, it's very important to take this first row of our data contains column headers, because in our Excel spreadsheet we indicated the headers of every column. And if it had happened that we didn't indicate the headers of our columns in the spreadsheet, then we wouldn't have ticked this first row of our data contains headers. And now we click OK. And if you notice, nothing really happened, but in the back end, we have merged the Microsoft Word document with the Microsoft Excel spreadsheet. But for you to know that you have really merged the Microsoft Word document and the Excel spreadsheet, you need to come with this command, which is insert merge field, and you are going to find the information that you have on the headers of your Excel spreadsheet, and only then you will know that you have really merged the right Excel spreadsheet, because you have these fields that are found in your header of your spreadsheet. And you also get this command, which is edit recipient list. This is where you can make your changes to the recipient list. You can edit details like finding duplicates, filter, sorting, find other recipients, all done in this command. And when you are done, you just click OK. Now let me just quickly create a letter so that I can be demonstrating and you should be seeing how you can do everything. So here is my letter, and I have created some placeholder fields where I can put the actual fields from the head of my Excel spreadsheet. So all I have to do is just highlight and choose a field. Let me just do this quickly. And here are my fields that are merged from the Excel spreadsheet. And every detail here is going to be replaced by the actual detail from the spreadsheet. Let me show you how to do it now. You can even preview the letter from this preview results command here. As you can see my letter, this is how my letter is going to be looking like when I finish and merge it. Now you come at finish and merge. So this is where you choose how you can complete the mirror merge, and you can open a new window to see each copy of the document. You can even send it directly to the printer for printing, or you can send it by email to the recipient. Let me choose edit individual documents, and it will take me to a new window. You will see in a second. I just click OK, and here is the new window with all the letters where I can edit individual documents and send them. If you can see on the left bottom corner here, the numbers of my pages keep on changing. That's because the software is generating all individual letters for all recipients in my Excel spreadsheet. Moving to the next tab, which is review. So this tab gives you options where you get to correct your spelling, your grammar, your word count. You get to check your word count and so many other things that you need to check and correct before you save your document. The most important command that you are going to be using in this tab is the spelling and grammar. With this command, you will be able to check your spacing, your grammar, and your spellings, and you are going also to be correcting those errors all in one place. And you are going to be using this command in every document that you write. When you finish writing your document, all you need to do is just come here and click the spelling and grammar command, or you can use the shortcut key on your keyboard, F7. When you finish writing your document, just click F7 and this panel will pop up where you get to see the suggestions, you get to see the spellings. If your spelling is wrong, it's going to write the spelling is not in dictionary. And it's also going to be providing you with some suggestions here. If you are satisfied or you have found your right answer, then you're going to be clicking the right answer. After clicking, you will see changes on your pages, and if the spelling is right, maybe it's a name but the grammar checker has found it to be wrong, all you need to do is just click ignore once. If the name has been written so many times, you can click ignore all. Or maybe you are going to be writing the name again in other document, you can just add it to your dictionary here. You just click add dictionary. It will be added to your dictionary. And when all the correction is done, it will pop up this dialog which says spelling and grammar check is complete. You just click OK. Now your document is clean. You have no wrong spellings, wrong grammar, or spacing. So the next tab is the View tab. In this tab, there are groups which we have already discussed. There are commands in the previous tabs, especially in the Home tab. If you can see the Views tab, the Views group and its commands, there are these ones on your bottom corner here. We already discussed this when I was introducing you to the interface of Microsoft Word. And you also have this group which is page movement. It has commands vertical and side to side. I already explained this in the I don't remember which tab, but I was explaining about the columns. You also have this show group. You have rulers, grid lines, navigation pane. I already explained this in the Home tab, I remember. You have this zoom group where you can zoom your document. It gets to split into multiple pages. I already explained this in the Home tab too when I was explaining and introducing you to the Microsoft Word's interface. And you have this group which is window. It splits your document into different parts. You are going to experiment this on your own, and you are not going to be using this as much as you can because it kind of messes up your document. Now the last tab, which is the Help tab, it has one group and it has various options on how you can contact the Microsoft Word help team. If you have anything to report or you have a feedback you want to give, you can come and help and do that. And with that, we have wrapped this course. Thank you for following along the Microsoft Word course. I hope you found it very helpful and you have learned some valuable tips and tricks. If you have any questions or need clarification on anything, feel free to drop them in the comment section below. I'll be happy to help. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel because I'll be uploading another course soon, this time focused on Microsoft PowerPoint, where you will learn how to design professional PowerPoint presentations. And trust me, you don't want to miss it. So hit the subscribe button and turn on the notifications to stay updated. See you in the next video.